I'll be talking, like Zach mentioned, about the family services that we offer. So in our program area, we offer intensive case management. So we work with over 40 partner agencies across the county and make many referrals. That includes mental health referrals. So we work very closely with Mentis, which is one of our partner agencies, in providing mental health services for adults. Through this program area, we also cover domestic violence intervention. So when folks are experiencing intimate partner violence, we have responded in crisis, and we work closely with our partner agency News in providing resources to the individual and the family. Recently, because of COVID, we have responded to the families in the community in terms of financial assistance for COVID. So anyone who has experiencing any financial hardship due to COVID, meaning they lost their employment or they lost wages, we do have a financial program that helps individuals and families with rental assistance. And recently with the fires, we received a grant through Napa Valley Community Foundation to help folks who are also experiencing a financial hardship due to the fires, meaning they lost wages or that they had a complete loss. So we are here to provide assistance with that. We also offer volunteer income tax clinics. So what that is during tax season, we offer free tax preparation for low income families. And that has changed. We used to do it in person. Now everything is going to be done remotely. We also offer parenting classes. So we have, for the last 4 years, have partnered with other agencies to offer the parenting component of this program. And Triple P is an evidence-based program that is over 23 countries use this program, and it has demonstrated to be effective for families. And Zach, I don't know if you want to share the tip sheet at the moment. I'm not going to go over this tip sheet because I don't have a lot of time, but like Zach mentioned, I am available for questions. But this tip sheet talks a little bit, or gives 10 tips to families who are currently struggling with parenting. So for example, they give, the first one talks about reassuring your children that your family is a top priority. So letting the children know that you as a parent or as a caregiver are going to make sure that the child is safe. Maintaining everyday family routines. So really having a routine of when breakfast will happen, when they log into class, if they're in school, that kind of thing. And then have plenty of interesting things at home. So with that routine, also having interesting things for after school. And really taking notice of behavior that we like. Right now, we're really struggling with that pandemic and fires that happen. So really praising children for their good behavior is really encouraging. I'm not going to go over the 10 tips, but we will share this with you electronically, so you'll have access to it, and you're more than welcome to read. It has really good tips on there. And then as also in our Family and Senior Services program, we offer services for seniors as well. So we do have information or resources for caregivers, so seniors that need caregivers or any emergency assistance, mental health as well.
Great, thanks, Lupe.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave this up on the screen briefly while I also talk about our school-based support. So Lupe manages most of our community-based supports, family supports, but we also have resources available to your children in the school district during the school day. And so one of the primary resources that we have are support groups called our Claro and Clara groups. So they are boys and girls youth mentoring groups. And the goal of those groups is to help students through anything that they're struggling with, be it academics, be it social emotional, questions about, life choices, all of that. We have mentors in the school that can work with those kids, and they are at the RLS Middle School as well as St. Helena High School. So we run groups in Spanish and English. Right now, everything is being run remotely via Zoom. So we do have students that log in weekly to our Zoom meetings, and we can also meet with them individually and help them through anything that they might be going with. And we also run a tutoring program in the school district. So at the primary and the elementary school, what we have is a tutoring matching program where we will match volunteer tutors with students in individual classrooms, and they will work with them weekly on whatever assignments that are a concern for either the family or the teacher. And you can apply through that program via the school or via the Family Center's website. I shared with Mary the paperwork, which is going out to all of you at the end of the night, as well as the information that Lupe shared. So feel free to contact us if you have any questions about any of that. We also have information on how to get a hold of our youth mentors, Jose and Karina. Their information is on the flyer that will be shared out as well. So if there are any questions at the end of the night, Lupe and I are here to answer any of those about the programs, but I think for the sake of time, I'm going to pass it back to Mary so we can make sure we get through the rest of the presenters before Q&A time.
Thank you, Zach. And now who's going to be up is going to be the St. Helena Boys and Girls Club. So just one moment, please, so I can share their information. All right. So please go ahead and speak, Julian.
My name is Julian Ferrer. I'm the Teen Programs Director for St. Helena and Calistoga.
And hi, I'm Lana. I'm the Unit Director for the St. Helena program, covering elementary kids, K through 5th grade. And what we are offering to our families is we are supporting the distance learning. So our hours are 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And we have small group cohorts with dedicated staff that are here throughout the day to help those kids log on to their Zoom, to stay on top of their tasks, and to complete their daily school day. And this we do Monday through Friday.
I also, I handle grades from 6th grade from all the RLS kids, middle school and high school up to 12th grade. And we also do the distance learning, providing the teens with a safe and controlled environment for them to be able to do their schoolwork and have assistance from the staff if they need any help. We also, after the school's work is done and that time with classes is over, we also have enrichments and programs as far as like STEM and art. We have a new like photography program that we're starting up, and a fitness club that the kids want to get going with. For the kids that we are not serving in person, we're trying to do some Zoom programming to kind of get everybody involved. We're working on some college workshops where we contact our local universities or JCs just to kind of get some of their seniors that we have information on like housing or scholarship opportunities or credits or requirements that they would need to do before they go ahead and enroll. We also partnered up with Mentis. They have been amazing. They've been giving support to the kids that we have, to the teens that we have that are feeling stress, anxiety, or depression, as well as on some of those kids that just are having a bad day and need somebody to talk to. We go ahead and refer them to Mentis, either via Zoom, or we did have someone that would come and just kind of have a once a week in person, someone to talk to, so just to show their face and kind of hang out and be available if anyone needed the help.
So if you're interested on getting your kids involved with us to support them through their day through distance learning, we have all of our contact info on our flyer that you will also receive. Feel free to reach out, call us, ask questions at the end if you should have any. Thank you.
And the fee to register for Boys and Girls Club, for anyone that's in 6th grade through 12th grade, it is absolutely free to register for the Boys and Girls Club for the teens. All you would need is to fill out the membership application that is on our website, as well as our COVID waiver form that we have on there. Other than that, we have you guys in our system and they're ready to go.
And K through 5 is $50. Same information on our website.
Thank you very much. That was a lot of good information. Now we have Mentis up. Just one second as I pull your slides. All right, Jenny and Lindsay. Let me go ahead and make sure you can see this. All right, this is your first slide for Jenny and Lindsay.
All right, thank you, Mary. Hi, my name is Lindsay Ford, and I am Mentis' School Program Manager. I will just follow the slides. So we are offering several things to support the families right now. Firstly, we are offering parent support groups. So this is our Spanish-speaking parent support group. It is run by our therapist, Luisa Ramos. She is doing her group on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. These groups are on Zoom. They are drop-in groups. They are completely free. There's no signing up. So parents can just drop in whenever they would like to come on Wednesday nights for the Spanish group. And it's really a place where they can get support from other parents, talk about the experience that they are having right now. There's so many stressors that are happening with the pandemic, with the recent fires, evacuations, and the parenting during all of that. And so Luisa is talking to families about ways to talk to their children about all of the experiences that they're having. And she discusses like tips and strategies. And I am running that group in English on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Once again, it's on Zoom. It's a drop-in group. And so we've been running that group for a few months now, and we will be running them every week. And we encourage anyone to come and attend and just really be able to spend an hour with other parents and to get that sense of community right now that I think is so often missing when we're not able to be in public spaces. So that is something right now that we're offering to families and to parents. And then, as Julian was just saying, we have partnered with the Boys and Girls Club and to identify students who need mental health support. And we have a new therapist who's working at the Boys and Girls Club. Her name is Ruby Paleo. She's a bilingual associate, and she is going to be working with students in middle school and high school. And if your student is not already connected to the Boys and Girls Club, as Julian was saying, it is a simple form. And she is going to be available to talk to students that Julian and his staff identifies, whether it be about stress, school stress, anxiety, if students might be struggling with the pandemic, again, like I said, recent fires, evacuations, or maybe just aren't sure whether or not counseling is for them, but just want somebody to talk to. She's also available for check-ins. So if you think your student might even be interested, I would say, think about just making that connection. And so we're really excited to be partnering with them this school year. So there is Julian's contact information, and that is how we're getting referrals for that.
Okay, and I am Jenny Olson, the Prevention Director at Mentis. Formerly, I was the Executive Director of Teens Connect, and Teens Connect merged with Mentis over the summer. So we're now offering all our programs under the Mentis umbrella, which is really great because we can really provide a safety net for students and families with programs from prevention all the way through treatment. One of the things that we started several months ago through the pandemic, is weekly teen happy hours that are open to everyone on Zoom, because what we hear from our teens is that, they're really struggling with social isolation, not being able to hang out with their friends, not feeling connected. So we wanted just a virtual place where they could gather. And so we've been doing that every Tuesday, and it's been really successful and really fun. We have fun activities, like tomorrow night we're doing a craft. We're making holiday stars, little ornaments with beads and wire. And I always have kits with all the supplies for teens to pick up. We have a few teens up in St. Helena from the high school that are part of our teen council. And so they're available to bring kits up Valley if needed. The nice thing about the silver lining of this pandemic has actually been that teens from St. Helena and American Canyon have been more active in our groups because we're meeting virtually. And so there's not the distance, issue with them not being able to drive for a meeting. And so we're getting a lot more countywide engagement. We have 3 younger teens, middle school and 9th grade from Up Valley that have been joining us every single Tuesday for our happy hours. We do sprinkle in some workshops to really teach teens tools about wellness and mental health, anything that's related to wellness. Next week, Lindsay and one of our other therapists, Miguel, are going to host an Ask a Therapist workshop. This will be our 5th Ask a Therapist, and they've always been really successful because they make therapy approachable and they break the stigma around therapy, and they help our youth get to know therapists and realize, what, they're people, they're cool, it's not so scary. And so that's happening next week. And I encourage anyone who even is, just interested in hearing more about what therapists do to come to that. We have yoga usually once a month. We're doing another craft later this month. Next month we have a few things happening. We always post every week on Instagram what we're doing the coming week. So if your teens have Instagram accounts, have them follow us at Teens Connect Napa, and they can just see what's happening. The Zoom link is in the bio. It's always there. So it's the same recurring link every single week. Here's the ID in case anybody wants to join that's not on Instagram. And we also share on Instagram about volunteer opportunities. Right now we're collecting supplies to make backpacks for our homeless neighbors. We're also collecting shoes to send to Central America with one of our partners over there. So we always have stuff for teens to kind of jump into and be involved. Our sort of motto is, we have programs that help teens care for themselves, for others, and for their community. So definitely encourage your teens, and you parents as well can sign on or follow us on Instagram to see the things we have going on a regular basis on Instagram.
Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it. Next up is going to be Aldea. So just one moment as I pull those resources up. I'm getting good at this, so just hold one second here. All right, here we go for Aldea.
Thanks, Mary. Hi, everyone. My name's Lorette. I'm the program director at Aldea over our behavioral health services. We have a few different things, areas that we focus on for youth. We have our Aldea counseling services, where is our mental health treatment, and it is for any age, 0 to 21. We do have someone who specializes in a 0 to 5 population, but we can also take, older teens up till 21. And again, they're usually moderate to severe needs. They can be referred through the county, or we can actually take them directly from the school. So if you feel like there's someone in need, a youth, a student, they can be referred to us directly. We can do the assessment and we can decide what's going to be the best to fit their needs. Aldea also focuses a lot on the substance abuse disorder services. So what happens is typically we start out in the prevention area, which we find is the most helpful and successful for youth. And we will go in the schools, typically when we can be in person. Right now we're providing all of our prevention services remote through Zoom groups. But what happens is we can take self-referrals as well as referrals from school staff. So if there's a youth who is maybe curious about drugs and alcohol, has friends using, maybe has been involved in peer pressure, or even experimenting, we can help support all those different levels at the prevention level. And we will do a screening to make sure that they don't need treatment services and there isn't a more higher risk issue. We can also refer them directly to our mental health services as well. So the prevention is kind of a nice informal way to reach all the youth and kind of see where they fit and where they might need some support. With our substance use disorder services, it's 12 to 21. So we're in the middle schools and the high schools. We do have someone up Valley who's an alcohol another drug counselor, and she came from Up Valley Schools, so she's really passionate about the area. And she is our person to help do prevention groups, to support the youth if they're just curious about just basic drug and alcohol education. But her herself can also provide some basic counseling for those youth as well. So it's just kind of a nice person to fit all those different needs up there. We also have our SOAR program, which is our early psychosis program. And again, we just opened up Napa and then also a couple other counties as well. So SOAR is becoming a huge need in the community. And the onset of psychosis is typically seen within the last 2 years, but it doesn't hurt to make a referral and to see if they might have more of a need to catch those symptoms. And let's see here, what else do we have? That is Medi-Cal only. I will say SOAR is Medi-Cal only, whereas I want to highlight with our substance use services, we can take referrals from any insurance. I think that's one thing that sometimes gets forgotten about. Substance use services are the only one that does not have to be through Medi-Cal. So someone can have outside insurance, no insurance, we are able to treat. And so I think that's a cool piece to mention. And then we also have ADAPT, which is another program at Aldea for youth that have more needs and structures for school. It's a classroom to help support behavioral health challenges. And we also have a psychiatrist that can help support with medication if needed as well. And the team is, they pretty much function as a 24/7 residential, I want to say. They're very involved in helping advocate for the youth and be a part of their IEP team and whatever services that youth might need. And I think that's pretty much Aldea services right now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was great. Now I'm going to move over to Parent Can. Just one second. And here we go. So Lisa and Marlena.
Yes. Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for having us. My name is Marlena Garcia, and I'm with Lisa here, our program director, to talk a little bit about Parents Can. Parents Can is a family resource center. We are dedicated to serving families of children who have special needs, and we take special needs as kind of the broadest sense. So if your child is struggling with learning, behavior, development, health, in the broadest sense, and you don't know where to go, Parents Can is the place to call for questions and for connections to all these other wonderful resources. One of the great things about Napa County is that we all really work well together. And are able to, there's no wrong door for parents. But if you do have a child who maybe has been diagnosed with a disability or a special need, we have a variety of supports for you. Lisa will talk a little bit more about that, but just basically we can work with families individually, one-on-one, assess the situation, and find out what resources and referrals they might need. We have workshops and support groups and system navigation. So I'll have Lisa talk a little bit more about our workshops and support groups that are available for parents.
I'm on mute. Thank you, Marlena. And thank you everyone for joining us. So we do have support groups for our families. We have everything that we offer in English and in Spanish. So we offer an ongoing autism support group that is offered for families whose children are between 0 and 22. Children or parents of children and youth with challenging behaviors. Again, this is also bilingual. And so this is set up so that they get the support. I mean, sometimes you just need to have that connectedness with other parents that are going through it. And then we're there to help to facilitate it. We do have a Down syndrome support group, but at this time we're only offering that in Spanish. And that's offered at any age. When it comes to the to the classes that we offer and workshops, one thing that is probably the most difficult part for a family who is dealing with someone that's newly diagnosed is getting a packet, that's an inch thick of terminology that they have no idea what it means, what they're supposed to do. So we do offer a special education rights and responsibilities class. It'll cover everything they need to know about special education, including their rights. But we also offer an IEP clinic so that they can really walk through the process, examine the documentation, know what they're looking for, and plan and prepare for their next meeting. A parent can call a meeting at any time if they have concerns, but we really help them to be prepared. And if anyone would want us to sit in on an IEP with them, we're happy to do that as well. We're not there to speak for the parent, but to support them. We also have an organization and effective advocacy. It's so much. It's like this mountain of paperwork that we all know. So it really, it says tame the paper tiger in chaos. And that really, for parents who don't know and who are just new to this, it really is overwhelming. So we give them a binder, we help them to organize that so that they're ready and that they can effectively advocate for their child. I mean, honestly, that's really what we're there for, is to help the parent to learn to be their child's best advocate. And as Lupe and Zach touched on about positive parenting programs, Parents Can also does positive parenting, as does just about every agency in Napa. I'm always very thankful for the collaboration. We offer primary care and teen, but we also offer stepping stones, which is really specifically geared towards families whose children have disabilities. And so the process may be similar, but it's slightly different. So it really helps to support the families through these things. And then we have some additional classes as well that we offer a parent project and project leadership that's really about helping the families to get their own voice. And those ones aren't on the flyer, sorry. But that's about it. Marlena, is there anything else that you'd like to touch on?
I think the only thing I wanted to share is that with the Up Valley Family Center, we developed a small respite program in which if families are struggling to care for their child who has special needs and they just don't know where to turn to, Parents Can is able to do an assessment to find out what services they might be eligible for in terms of finding someone to come and care. We know it's a little difficult during this time of COVID, but we really walk through the parent to find not only the financial resources, they pay for someone, but also what to look for in a respite care provider. How do you find a respite care provider? Often it could look like a college student sibling who is able to care while the parent goes shopping or different things like that. So really encourage parents. They can call us, they can call the Up Valley Family Center, they can go through the school to get a referral if you are struggling, if you have a child with special needs and are struggling either with childcare or with respite care and needing that support, particularly around this time, that we're able to really walk each individual family through lots of different situations and find some support that they might need during these challenging times. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. And I'm going to go ahead and be the closing person here before we go into Q&A. So just hold for 1 second, please. So first of all, I hope you're hearing the collaboration that we have Up Valley and in Napa County in general for the folks that are on this presentation. We work well together. We want to get resources to students to families to parents, anybody that has a need related to mental health or substance abuse or students with disabilities, there is a place, and we want you to hear that you can get some help. For us here in the school, we have wonderful school personnel, and how it works for us is that we have 4 wonderful contract therapists that our school personnel will refer students to that need some extra support and some brief counseling. And so any parent that's concerned, or teacher or principal that's concerned about a student, what they do is they refer them. Our main contact is at each one of the site is usually our school counselor, our behaviorist. That's our conduit. That's our funnel person. So if somebody's concerned, they go to Dana Sabin for the primary school or elementary school, and she will refer them to one of the therapists that services the primary or the elementary school, or if it's more intensive stuff they need, she will refer them to Up Valley Family Center or these other agencies that you're hearing about. Terry O'Leary is our school counselor at the middle school level. Again, she is the gatekeeper of where these resources. She's been doing this for a long time. She knows where we need to refer a student to, and she's been really good at that. And again, we have a couple of contract therapists that service RLS Middle School. Terry Linder and Sean Garrity are high school counselors. Again, when you see counselor, it's not necessarily mental health counselors. They're academic counselors, but I can tell you that they do plenty of support within the school setting to take care of the students. We are focused on the whole child. So Terry and Sean will also be the gatekeepers of sending referrals to our contract therapist. We have Emily Baker, our school psychologist. She also is our crisis response person if we have a student that is suicidal or we have some other stuff going on within our school system. We also have Yvonne Bosti, who's our community liaison. She works with the parents. The best way to describe her position is that she's our conduit with the community, with the parents. She connects them to what we have here in the school setting, and vice versa. She connects us to what is out there in the community. So we have Yvonne Bosti, which is great. And then our 4 contract therapists that we have are Eric Erickson, who works with middle school and high school, Penny Cramen, who deals with the high school, Rosa Olmos, who deals with primary, elementary, and middle, and then Gina Cortez that works with elementary and middle school. Those are our contract therapists who are funneled through Up Valley Family Center based on the referrals of the ladies and gentlemen up above. And then next, what we have is another resource for the families that I really want them to know about during the holiday season. Let me make this a little smaller, is that there is free breakfast and lunch grab and go meal kits available to all children 18 and under, Mondays and Wednesdays for pickup during winter break. So on Monday, they get 2 days of meals, and then on Wednesday, they get 3 days of meals. Children don't need to be present to receive the meals. It's a drive-through in front of Vintage Hall on the St. Helena High campus. It's from 8 to 9:30. I can tell you our ladies have been doing a great job, and they want to service every single child under the age of 18. Under the age of 18, please come and pick up these meals. These are wonderful kits, and this will be happening all through the winter vacation. So that's a little bit about what we present here in Up Valley related to all the various presenters that we've had tonight. So now I'm going to just turn it over to some question and answer time. Let's see if we have any questions. Let me go over to the attendees, and we'll see if we have any questions. If not, I really want to thank all the presenters. This information is so valuable. Okay, we do have one question. Mary Lou, feel free to speak.
Thank you, Mary. This is not a question. This is Mary Lou Wilson, the superintendent. I just wanted to thank all of you for presenting tonight and for the collaboration and work that you do to support the students and the families in the community. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Mary Lou. Any closing comments, folks, that you would like to offer to parents? Because we've ended a little earlier than I thought we were going to, but this is going up on the district website in a day or so, and this will be something that parents hopefully will access to see all the wonderful resources that you're doing. I really appreciate you all taking the time tonight and to present. We have a good wraparound community resource organization bonding here, and I'm so appreciative of that. So all of our information that will be on the website will be in Spanish as well. It was presented in English with the Spanish translation, but the written documentation will have Spanish, will be in Spanish as well. Thank you all for attending tonight, and
Mary,
I hope you all, yes.
I believe Zach has a few closing comments.
I just had one quick announcement. So in partnership with Parents Can, one thing that we are doing is we're providing the community with PPE, so personal protective equipment, masks, hand sanitizer. We did a distribution over the weekend, but there's extra. So if at any time any families need extra masks, they need extra hand sanitizer, please call the Family Center and we can connect you with whatever you might need.
Thank you, Zach. Any other closing comments?
Mary, it looks like you have one more participant in the audience you would like to share.
Great. I'm going back between panelists and attendee, and I'm missing that. So thank you, Erica.
Tish, if you want to unmute your mic so that you may ask your question or provide comment.
I think she's all set. Tish, are you all set?
Mute. Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, okay, sorry. I just wanted to provide comment actually that at the Rutherford Grange Hall, we have we've set up a store primarily for families affected by the fires, but also if there's, anybody's welcome to come. There is a cost if you haven't been affected by a fire of $10 a bag, but we have clothes, but we also have people have donated holiday items so to make it, to make up for the loss that happened perhaps at each home. So everyone's welcome to come from 9 to 3 on Saturdays to the Rutherford Grange Hall to look around and receive whatever they may need. And we're also going to be working with a donation from FEMA and Adventist Health. So we have a lot of partnerships for our community, and we have a lot for the full family, all ages. That's all.
Thank you, Tish, for sharing. Appreciate that information. Any other comments? Thank you all and have a wonderful Monday night. Really appreciate it. Good to see you all. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.